9th Mathematics, second chapter, Polynomials. Here, we'll discuss about remainder theorem. When any number is divided by another number, then it gives some quotient and some remainder. In the same way, when a polynomial is divided by another polynomial, then also it gives quotient and remainder. When a polynomial px of degree n which is greater than or equal to 1, that means the degree of polynomial, if it is 1 or if it is 2, 3, anything that is greater than 1, but it is linear, quadratic, cubic, with any degree of polynomial is divided by another polynomial, then it is gx, which is equal to x minus a. If this polynomial px is divided by another polynomial gx, then the remainder what will you obtain, that becomes equal to the value of pa. Since the divisor is x minus a, means we have to put a in place of x here. This a will replace x in the polynomial px. Then we will get pa. What we obtain in pa, that becomes the remainder when this px is divided by gx. Without long division method, we can find the remainder by using this theorem. Let's example. Find the remainder where a polynomial x cube plus 2x square minus 5x plus 4 is divided by x plus 1. By using long division method, we can divide this polynomial by x plus 1, and also by using this remainder theorem, we can find the remainder here. How to use this remainder theorem to find remainder? First, what it is given as the divisor, since the polynomial px is divided by x plus 1, this px, which is equal to x cube plus 2x squared minus 5x plus 4, is considered as dividend, and x plus 1 is considered as divisor. First, we have to equate the divisor with 0. Let x plus 1 is equal to 0. Next, x becomes minus 1. Look, it is similar to this x minus a. Here, this one is the divisor. Similarly, x plus 1 also divisor. This divisor is equated with 0. To find the value of x here, this value of x means here the value of a. This a replaces this x. Similarly, this minus 1 also replaces x in the polynomial px. Now we have to put minus 1 in our polynomial p of minus 1. This x is replaced by minus 1. Px becomes p of minus 1. Polynomial with minus 1. That is x cube plus 2x square means minus 1 whole cube plus 2 into minus 1 whole square minus 5x is minus 5 into minus 1 plus 4. Now this minus 1 is substituted on the x which are present in the polynomial. Now minus 1 whole cube becomes minus 1 plus minus 1 square, it's plus 1 into 2 plus 2 minus minus plus 5 on 5 plus 4. Here we obtain minus 1 cube is minus 1, minus 1 square plus 1 into 2, 2 minus 5 into minus 1, 2 plus 5 plus 4 is 11. Minus 1 plus 11 is 10. Here, the remainder we will obtain after the division becomes 10. Remainder is 10. That the Pn is remainder. That is P of minus 1 is 10. This 10 is remainder. Next, we will discuss about another example. Find the remainder when polynomial px x square minus 11x plus 10 is divided by first 5/2, second 1/22. Check how to solve it. Let the case 1. X minus 5/2 is 0. This implies x becomes 5/2. Now the polynomial is x square minus 11x plus 10. By putting the value of x as 5/2, it becomes p of 5/2, which is equal to 5/2 whole square minus 11 into 5/2 plus 10. This becomes y square by 4 minus 11 by 2 plus 10. Now we can take the LCM here. 4 is pi square minus 22 pi plus 4. This factor is considered as the remainder when the polynomial is divided by x minus 5/2. What we will obtain in PA, that P 5/2, that value is considered as the remainder. In case 2, here x minus 1/22 will equate it with 0. Let x minus 1/22 is 0. This implies x equal to 1/22. Now, we will put this 1/22 in our polynomial, that is p 1/22 is x square minus 11x plus 10 can be written as 1/22 whole square minus 11 into 1/22 plus 10. 1/22 whole square, it becomes 1 square and 22 square. It is 1 square 1. First we will obtain the value. Next, we will make it in simplest form. 1 square is 1/22 square is 4/4 minus 11 1 the 11 2, that is 1/2 plus 10. Now the LCM will be 484. The numerator is 1 minus 242 plus 10. 1 plus 10 is 11 minus 242 5 484. It becomes 1 2 5 minus of 231 by 482. The remainder is minus of 231 by 482. We will obtain the remainder. This one minus 231 by 482. When the polynomial is divided by x minus 1 by 22. Now we will discuss about factor theorem. When a polynomial px of degree n greater than or equal to 1 is divided by another polynomial gx, which is taken as x minus a. If the remainder pa is equal with 0, then the polynomial gx is said to be a factor of polynomial px. Whenever we do long division method and we get the remainder 0, in that case we say the divisor becomes a factor of the dividend. Same way, when this polynomial px is divided by the polynomial gx, px is considered as dividend and gx is considered as divisor. After division, when pa is 0, that means when the remainder will obtained as 0, then the divisor becomes, or it is considered as a factor of the dividend. That this gx is considered as the factor of the polynomial px. According to this theorem, this factor theorem, we can find whether a polynomial is said to be a factor of another polynomial. We have to check it. We can check by taking any two polynomials whether one of them is a factor of another or not. Like here, we are taking an example to check whether a polynomial is a factor of another polynomial or not. Check whether x minus 1 is a factor of a polynomial x square plus 5x plus 6. Here we will check whether this x minus 1 is a factor of this x square plus 5x plus 6 or not. To check on the basis of factor theorem, we have to find the value of the remainder. When we get the remainder 0, then this x minus 1 becomes a factor of the given polynomial. If the remainder will not be 0, then this x minus 1 is not said to be factor of this polynomial. So to follow this remainder theorem, first we have to equate this divisor x minus 1 with 0. Let x minus 1 is 0. This implies x equal to plus 1. This value of x we put in the polynomial px. Here px is x square plus 5x plus 6. Now this x is replaced by 1. P1 is 1 square plus 5 into 1 plus 6. 1 square is 1, 5 into 1, 5 plus 6, and the value is 12. Here P1 is not equal to 0. This P1 is not equal to 0. So x minus 1 is the remainder that is obtained as 12, which is non-zero quantity. Here this p1 is not equal to 0. So the polynomial x minus 1 is not said to be a factor of this polynomial px, which is equal to x square plus 5x plus 6. Here another example. Find the value of k if x plus 1 is a factor of the polynomial x cube plus kx square minus 2x plus 3. We have to find the value of k here. It is given this polynomial x plus 1 is a factor of the polynomial px, which is equal to x cube plus kx square minus 2x plus 3. Since it is already given this x plus 1 is a factor of this polynomial, then after putting the value of x from this polynomial, from this divisor, the remainder becomes 0. Here x plus 1 is a factor of the given polynomial px. Yet x plus 1 is 0. This implies x equal to minus 1. First we have to find the value of x in the divisor, and that value of the x should be put in the polynomial. Since x is equal to minus 1, then after putting in place of x, we will get p of minus 1. It becomes minus 1 whole cube plus k into minus 1 whole square minus 2 into minus 1 plus 3. Here x plus 1 is a factor. P of minus 1 is 0. Since x plus 1 is a factor, then P of minus 1 is 0, because x plus 1 is a factor. This implies in place of this P of minus 1, we can write 0 here. Minus 1 whole cube is minus 1 minus 1 square, that is plus 1 into k is k. Minus 2 into minus 1 is plus 2 and plus 3. Now 0 is equal to 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 minus 1 4 plus k. Now 4 comes this side, becomes minus 4 is equal to k. Therefore value of k is minus 4. Here we will obtain the value of k is minus 4. When we put the value of k as minus 4, when this minus 4 replaced this k, and we divide the polynomial by x plus 1, then we get the remainder 0. Now we will discuss about algebraic identities. What is a formula? Identities means the statement in which when we put any value for the unknown quantity for the variables, then the left side and right side both becomes same value. That is identity. Like a plus b whole square, it becomes equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. For any value of a and b, the result of left side and right side both becomes equal. That is identity. Similarly, in case of a minus b whole square, it is a square minus 2ab plus b square. Whenever we put the value of a and b in both left side and right side, we will get the same value. Similarly, we can take x plus a into x minus a. It becomes x square minus a square. Or you can write here a plus b into a minus a. We get a square minus b square. When it is x plus a into x plus b, it is x square plus a plus b into x plus ab. These all are said to be identities, and these identities are based upon algebraic quantities. So it is algebraic identities. So many identities are there. We will discuss all the identities by taking some examples. Sure, we have to factorize x square minus y square plus 2x plus 1. And this factorization means the process in which any polynomial that can be expressed in the form of the product of its prime factors. When any polynomial is expressed as the product of its prime factor, that process is called factorization. Here, this polynomial contains 4 terms, and these 4 terms are joined with plus or minus sign. They are either in addition or subtraction. Here we have to express this polynomial in the product form. That is factorization. When any polynomial is used to factorize, in that case we can use the algebraic identities. First we have to group them in such a way that it can show the form of an identity. Here we can take x square, 2x and 1 to make 1 group. X square plus 2x plus 1 minus y square. We have taken these 3 factors to make 1 group because these 3 factors